going to be simplifying complex fractions that are a little uglier than the ones we had before. We're going to have fraction over fractions, what's going on. And the procedure here is identify the main fraction bar. I want you to put parentheses around every term, not just fraction, but every term. So if 5 is there, put parentheses around 5. If x over y, put parentheses around that. Every term, put parentheses around it. If you have any fractions in parentheses, you want the least common denominator of those fractions. So it's not the least common denominator of the whole big problem, it's just each individual fraction, find the least common denominator of that. Multiply every term by that least common denominator, and if it's a least common denominator, all the fractions will disappear. So circle your final answer. Okay? There's possible simplifications on these also. There might be some distributive properties going on, some FOILs going on. I expect all that to happen also. So we'll see that in these problems. So if you take a look at example 1, this is going to be the easiest of the three. This represents the box that you have on your homework paper. It looks more like that's more along the lines of right. More correct. All right. So if I started by writing down the problem, x over y plus 4 over yx over a over y. And I've encased everything in parentheses because mentally I established the main fraction bar is right here. So the identification of main fraction bar is a mental exercise. Just know what it is. And then write the problem down with everything contained in parentheses. What we have in parentheses is x over y, 4 over yx, and a over y. The least common denominator is what? Y. X, y, or yx, take your pick. Doesn't matter order. All right? X and y both belong to at least one of the denominators, right? And the highest power of each is 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply times xy times xy times xy. xy is being multiplied by all three pieces. The resulting term for each one is going to have the same structure of the original problem. So we have something plus something over something. All right? If I do this multiplication first, the least common denominator is a whole number structure being multiplied by a fraction. So everything in the least common denominator represents a top object that's going to cancel any bottom objects that match. So x times x makes x squared once the y's cancel. xy on top, xy on bottom, everything cancels, leaving me with plus 4. And then we have y on top, y on bottom, the y's cancel, leaving me with ax. Now I've got a simple fraction. Simple numerator, simple denominator, circle the answer. That's the extent of that problem.